The history of Canada is vast and complex, spanning thousands of years and involving Indigenous cultures, European exploration and colonization, and the development of a modern nation. Here is a brief overview of key periods and events in Canada's history. Indigenous peoples. The land now known as Canada was inhabited by various Indigenous groups for thousands of years before European arrival. These include First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, each with distinct cultures, languages, and societies. European exploration. The first recorded European contact with Canada was by Norse explorer Leif Erikson around 1000 CE. However, significant European exploration began in the 15th century. John Cabot, a Venetian explorer, arrived in Newfoundland in 1497. Jacques Cartier, a French explorer, made several voyages in the 16th century, claiming areas of eastern Canada for France. French colonization. France established its first permanent settlement in Canada in 1608 when Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec City. The French focused on fur trade and formed alliances with various Indigenous groups. The colony of New France expanded throughout the 17th and 18th centuries, but it remained sparsely populated compared to British colonies in North America. British conquest. The struggle for control between France and Britain led to several conflicts, including the 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763. The British eventually gained control over New France through the Treaty of Paris in 1763, ending French rule in Canada. The region was divided into the British colonies of Upper Canada, modern-day Ontario, and Lower Canada, modern-day Quebec. Confederation and expansion. Throughout the 19th century, British colonies in North America gradually expanded and merged. The province of Canada, composed of Upper and Lower Canada, joined with New Brunswick and Nova Scotia in 1867 to form the Dominion of Canada, establishing the country's federal structure. Other provinces and territories joined in subsequent years, including Manitoba, 1870, British Columbia, 1871, Prince Edward Island, 1873, and others. Building a nation. The late 19th and early 20th century saw significant growth and development in Canada. The completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885 connected the country from coast to coast, facilitating trade and settlement in the western regions. Immigration, particularly from Europe, increased the population and contributed to economic growth. World wars and international relations. Canada played a significant role in both World War I and World War II, contributing troops and resources. These conflicts helped solidify Canada's identity as an independent nation. Following World War II, Canada emerged as a middle power and became an active participant in international organizations such as the United Nations. Modern Canada. In the latter half of the 20th century, Canada experienced social, cultural, and political changes. The country implemented various social welfare programs and embraced multiculturalism as an official policy. Quebec's sovereignty movement, seeking greater autonomy or independence for the province, also shaped Canadian politics during this time. Recent developments. In recent years, Canada has continued to evolve. Indigenous rights and reconciliation have become significant issues, with efforts to address historical injustices and improve relations with Indigenous communities. Canada has also faced challenges related to environmental issues, international trade, and immigration. It's important to note that this is just a brief overview, and there are many more details, nuances, and specific events that have shaped the history of Canada.